Welcome to the Horror Next Door. This is our favorite new horror trailers from June 2024. All the trailers discussed in this video will be linked below. Don't forget to leave a comment of what you think of these trailers. And if you like this video, would you kindly subscribe? Now, on with the trailers. Strange Darling. Nothing is what it seems when a twisted one-night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. Strange Darling stars Willa Fitzgerald, who you might know from the Scream television series, and Kyle Gallner, who you might know from recent releases such as The Passenger and Mother May I. Strange Darling releases August 23rd. With this trailer, we have another great example of just Kyle Gallner being a badass. He plays a lot of roles that are just very intimidating. The character that he plays in this movie just seems super crazy, and he pulls it off brilliantly as usual. Although this movie isn't your straight up horror film, it's a thriller, it's still in that realm. It looks awesome. It looks like there's going to be some kind of twist of sorts. If I had to guess off the top of my head, I think this girl who is going out on a date with him in this sleazy hotel room, it looks like, I think she's going to pull something on him and maybe turn the tables on him. That's just my guess, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I really don't want to know much more about this. I'm not sure if they're going to release any more trailers before it releases in August, but I kind of don't want to watch them because I feel like this shows me enough to get me interested, and that's all I need. I don't need to see any more. I know this might sound random, but I was actually thinking as I was rewatching the trailer that Kyle Gallner is so good at just playing intimidating and deranged type characters that I could honestly see him being a James Bond villain of some sorts. Not your typical like over the top James Bond villain, but somebody who's just more grounded and deranged. And I could totally see him pulling it off and going up against James Bond. I don't know why I thought of that. It's completely random, but it would be kind of cool to see. Wouldn't you agree? But Strange Darling looks awesome, and I cannot wait to check it out. Dead Sea. Stranded in the open sea after a fatal accident, a young woman and her two friends are rescued by a fishing vessel's captain, unaware that the ship harbors a chilling secret. Dead Sea stars Isabel Gravett, who you might know from the Watcher series, and releases July 26, which isn't too far away. So I wasn't going to talk about this trailer at first, but decided to leave it in just based on the subject matter. I find these types of movies fascinating. I feel like it's kind of on par with Hostel, things like Turistas, which I haven't seen in a very long time, and other movies of that nature. I'm sure there's more. I can't remember the titles, but anyway, just this idea that there's this black market thing going on. There's even a shot towards the end of the trailer where there's like an auction of sorts on a laptop. So there's some kind of dark web thing going on, and they're selling people's organs or whatever the heck they're doing. I don't know, but it's messed up, but it's really interesting. Call me weird, but it's interesting. I just like the fact that maybe she's going to get a little revenge towards the end of the film. It seems like she gets out. There's a couple of shots of her with a spear gun and everything. So maybe by the end of the movie, it's going to turn into kind of like a spit on your grave type of deal. Who knows? This movie just looks completely messed up. I'm hoping there's more to the movie that they didn't show us in the trailer, because I really do feel like the trailer shows a lot. So hopefully there's still some twists and turns and things that are being withheld from the trailer, because honestly, if everything that happens in the movie we already saw, that's kind of pointless. Why did you put it in the trailer? I don't know. The movie looks great. The movie looks messed up, and I cannot wait to check it out. Heretic. Two young missionaries are forced to prove their faith when they knock on the wrong door and are greeted by a diabolical Mr. Reed, becoming ensnarled in his deadly game of cat and mouse. Heretic is directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who you might know as the directors of the film Haunt, Heretic stars Hugh Grant, who you might know from the Bridget Jones film series, and also many other romantic comedies. Heretic releases November 15th. So first and foremost, I think the main thing that really stands out in this trailer is the fact that the bad guy or mastermind or whatever you want to call him is played by Hugh Grant. And I just think it's so random that Hugh Grant is in a horror film and is the bad guy. He's not a good guy or anything like that. He's always in these romantic comedies, and it's just wild to see. I remember when I first played the trailer, I was like, Hugh Grant, what the hell? He seems a little weird in this, so he's pulling it off pretty well. So people that know me personally know that I am not really a huge fan of A24 films. There are a few A24 films that I like, but that being said, this trailer looks pretty fucking cool. I just love the fact that this guy has built this elaborate contraption within his house and he's trapped these two women in there. It almost feels like an escape room type movie, but just minus the, oh, we're going to go play an escape room and then bad things start happening. No, these people are just out here trying to do their religious stuff, and then all of a sudden they're stuck in this guy's house and they have to figure out how to get out. They don't really show really much of what is in store for these two women. The way that the word heretic comes onto the screen and it just seems like it's sort of like a puzzle. I just feel like everything about this just makes me feel like there's going to be a lot of puzzles and things of that nature for these two women to try to get out of this guy's house. Just that alone had me hooked and just wanting to see this movie because I love those types of things and I just cannot wait to see how this all plays out. Alien Romulus. While scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station, a group of young space colonizers come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe. Alien Romulus is directed by Fede Alvarez, who you might know as the director of the 2013 Evil Dead and Don't Breathe. Alien Romulus releases August 16th. I know a lot of people shit on Prometheus, but I actually really enjoyed that movie. Alien Covenant I really didn't like at all. I really felt like the way that Prometheus ended, Alien Covenant just kind of crapped all over it. That's just my opinion. I'll be honest with you, I think the only reason why I was even interested in this movie at all was the fact that Fede Alvarez was directing it, and now seeing the trailer, it looks great. My buddy asked me the other day, when does this movie take place in the timeline of the franchise? And I did a quick Google search, and apparently Alien Romulus takes place after the events of the original Alien, but before the events of Aliens. I'm not sure if they're going to actually have any kind of references to anything that kind of fits it in there, or if they're just going to say, hey, this is where it takes place, but there's really no connection other than the aliens. It would be kind of cool if there was something that's like, oh yeah, that's from Alien. It looks like there's going to be a bunch of face huggers in this movie, and those things are creepy as shit. I'm curious how many actual aliens we're actually going to see. Are they going to keep it to a low number? It seems like it will be kept to a low number, like maybe 1 or 2 or so. It's been a while since they've made an Alien film, and like I said, the last one, Alien Covenant, I wasn't really a fan of, so I feel like this movie might actually bring the Alien franchise back. I feel like Alien Covenant was released and it didn't come out with any kind of impact. The movie didn't really do very well from what I remember, and I think a lot of people just kind of went, eh. I really hope that this movie brings the excitement and just the sci-fi horror that the Alien series once had. I really feel like this movie has the potential to revitalize the Alien franchise, and this could be a big hit. This movie looks awesome. I cannot wait to check it out. I really have high hopes with Fede Alvarez's name attached to it. Cannot wait to check this out. As always, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment letting us know your thoughts on these trailers. Again, all the trailers are linked below, along with our store and social media pages. Until next time.